Yeah, they say to forgive is to set a prisoner free and then discover that the prisoner was you.
Yeah,
Um,
perfectly said.
it is a freeing, and it doesn't mean you forget. That's not it. But to forgive is something that is so freeing and a release from you and a weight lifted. And so I'm so glad you discovered that. I think it's a great reminder for us all, and that daily we should be forgiving those around us. Hey, Tom family. Welcome to another edition of Tom Talk. We're excited to be able to welcome Sharon Kane into the Tom Talk seat this week. It's exciting because, I haven't had the chance to personally meet Sharon. And so to be able to talk to Sharon like this through Teams feels really good. It's been a long time since we've talked. So Sharon, welcome to Tom Talk.
Well, thank you for having me, truly.
Yeah, of course. Well, so let's do some of the quick tactical questions. What do you do for us? How long have you been here? And where do you reside in the state of Texas?
So, first, first answer is I'm a loan advisor, which those in the industry would wonder what a loan advisor is in comparison to a loan officer. And to me, I think there's a drastic difference. A loan
Sure.
advisor is
Tell us. Yeah, please.
oh my gosh, a loan advisor is a counselor, is a partner with the client. And the thing I love about Trinity Oaks is we bring them into the fold of the family. I mean, we literally guide them as if they were a family member and as if it were something that we would want for ourselves, right? I mean, it's all about, because we all know others in the industry, and the pace is so fast, and many times the client is forgotten and they become another number, right,
Yeah.
in the process. The biggest thing that, and I know for a fact I work with the best people in the industry. I know it, I know it, I know it. I really do. Whether it's my fellow brothers and sisters, or it's the processors or the underwriters, because when there's a calling and there's a special need on a file or a client, everybody rallies. It's with heart. And many times because of that, I have realtors, I have clients calling for family members that, just needing us to take it over and fix it and get them home.
Terrific.
It's something that's just amazing. It's a gift.
It is. And I'm so glad you brought that distinction, because loan advising versus just simply being a loan officer. And this is, we're not trying to be disparaging towards the titling of these things, but
Of
I
course.
think we within our industry are moving into a new world. We're helping people create wealth. And when you help people create wealth, you're not just simply a transactional person anymore. You are advising. You're a part of the future of their wealth creation. And so I think that is it's paramount that we really draw that distinction. But through the process, like you talked about, make them feel like they're a part of something new and different and special. Because number one, we want them to come back to us the next time they think about home financing, or the next time that they want to refer somebody. But we want to be that counselor, that special advisor throughout the process, to where it makes it seamless and less stressful. So that's good.
Oh, most definitely, because many come, whether it's just filling out the initial application or they've been to somebody else, regardless, there is a fear factor and an anxiety factor. And I don't care who they are, they could be the fifth time home buying.
That's right.
It's just there is so much fear based there. Will it all go through? Will it, whether it's a new build or a refinance or, existing home, regardless of the process, there is a fear based. And we are the calm in that. We are the calm. When they're at the dinner table and they start to think about things and worry, they
Good.
reach out, because we're not 8 to 5. We're there as a partner.
It's good. Yeah, and you talk about the stress when you have a supply and demand issue like we have right now in our marketplace, and you've got, not just 10,000 over asking, but 25 and 50 and upwards of $100,000 in some cases over asking. It can be extremely stressful for that pre-qualified buyer that's trying to go out in the market and make a winning offer on a home, right?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. It's painful. And some just don't have that equity to offer that much.
Right. Yeah.
So they have
Right.
to, go down the road. And it just, yes, it's heartbreaking, but that's where we're the encouragers
Yep.
because
That's right.
God has a plan and that perfect home is there for them. They have to just be patient and it happens. And I could give you a list of people that it's happened to. So
Good. I
it's
love it.
all in believing. God has a
Yeah.
plan and he will deliver.
Amen on that.
So
So you've been with us for how long now?
I'm excited to say 1 year and 5 months as of yesterday.
All right. Congratulations. That's awesome. And where
Oh,
are you located? Where do you live?
so I'm in the Austin area, but I service all of
Yeah.
Texas. I mean, I was just in Houston and I was in Dallas and I was,
Yeah.
so yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm
And then
all
you do
over.
some loans up in Colorado as well,
I
right?
do, I do. And actually I have one at the end of the month that I'm flying in for. So
Oh,
yeah.
terrific.
Oh, my first time home buyers and nurtured them every step of the way. Don't spend, don't spend. It's a young couple. Nope, nope. So where they're calling me, but we really want this couch.
Yeah.
Wait,
Just wait.
wait. I
It's
know you said that, but it's only, I know, but it'll look prettier when you're closed because you won't have enough. So, it's all about that, just getting them there.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah,
Well,
I love what we do. I mean, it's just the thrill of the fight sometimes, and we get them there.
what a difference maker too that you're going to be on an airplane to go see them. And I can probably answer this next question, but what makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
You could.
Yeah.
Because hands down, it's God, the gift of giving. But you know what, Michael? It's not just loans. And I know I echo a lot of my brothers and sisters within Tom because we all think the same way. I don't care if we're at the grocery store and someone needs help. It's just there is not something more soul fulfilling than helping. The gift of being able to help, right? I mean, it just is. I don't know. It just to me it hits the soul and we're on the giving side and we get the gift in
Yeah.
return. I mean, it
That's
just
good.
is it's
Yeah.
magic.
It's interesting because I love how you put that. Our mission is to reach people for Christ and give to the kingdom, whether you do alone with us or not. Our mission
Absolutely.
is to reach people for Christ and give to the kingdom. And I think that is what makes it special. I hear more and more stories around the company about people that may or may not do a loan with us. And in some cases, they can't do a loan with us because they're not at that qualification stage, but somehow we've helped them. Or maybe people we just pass on the street, but I hear a special story. That's the stories we want to raise up because our mission is further than a transaction. It's further than just a home. It's truly helping them find their way to their eternal home. And that's a big fundamental difference in our heart and how we
Abs-
serve people.
Yes, that's absolutely huge. Huge.
So I could probably answer this question. But what drew you to start working for Trinity Oaks Mortgage?
Well, you know what? I have to say, it was just an incredibly pinnacle time. It happened overnight. I don't know that I was starting to feel with my current company, and I come from corporate America, so I know how it works, and the world is big enough for all the mortgage companies and but the company I was working for was actually changing their structure. And to me, it was not in the favor of the client. So that's where I felt, gosh, I'm not fulfilling my heart's desire, which is
Yeah,
to truly make an impact and help. And that's when I just happened to talk to somebody, a branch manager that was working for Tom, that actually called me and said, because she too had worked for the prior company, and said, gosh, yeah, I know, blah, blah, blah. So I, I thought about it and started asking questions. And then when I went, oh my gosh, faith-based, yeah, that was divine intervention. Even though, there was another company that, I just didn't, I didn't even look back. I was so convinced, to the point. I mean, you're going to think this is silly. Many did, but I hit the President's Club with my prior company, and I left like literally a day before the trip to the Bahamas and all this other good stuff. But I didn't even look back. That didn't matter to me. What matters, I mean, what fills the soul at the end of the day is that. So yeah, I have not looked back. I have not regretted a second of it.
Praise
I mean,
God.
I just love it.
That's good stuff. I
I'm
love
blessed.
hearing that. You burned the boats, as they say.
Yeah.
There's a book that I try to go back and read every few years. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and it talks about there's the second chapter of the book is a chapter on faith, and certainly faith in our Lord and Savior, but also faith in yourself as making the decision to be able to say, this is where my path is now. It's no longer here. So thank you for being a part of Tom, because that, you
Oh,
truly burned the boats to be here. So we appreciate
oh,
that. And I hope to see you on President's Club for next year. I'm sure you got the video and all
I
the
did.
requirements. So we look forward to having you on that trip once you hit the qualification. So what is the best compliment you have ever received?
Okay. So, mom, and you're going to think that's silly, but not only just from my kids. Let me call mom. Wait, I'm going to call mom. Wait, I'm going to call. I have 3 adult kids, and that's a compliment, because usually they know everything, right? Uh,
We're so
but aside from that, what, even in the industry, I became the mortgage mom. I mean, at a very early time in my career, and there were people calling me mortgage mom, and I'm like, I'm not old enough to be your mom, But I also didn't want to be in a box. So
right.
those that were older than me, I said, I know you've heard I'm called the mortgage mom, but I mom your file. I mother your file. I won't mother you.
That's
But
good.
I said, all it means is that I'm going to nurture this every step of the way. I'll keep you posted, etc. And it was so funny, because I've been called, mortgage mom, my God gifted mom, and yesterday a new one came up, because of course it's how pinnacle Mother's Day. And a new one came up, my second mama, which I thought, and that was a client that closed last month, so I
Wow,
thought, oh,
that's great.
how touching. But yes, so I try to not go into a box of mortgage mom, because I don't want to exclude those that wouldn't fit that, but
That's
many do come as, for the mortgage mom.
well, so and happy post Mother's Day to
Oh,
you. I hope you
thank
had a
you.
great day yesterday, and we celebrate moms. The sacrifice that moms make is something that dads couldn't hold a candle to. Not to say that dads aren't important, but moms truly are the nurturing, loving, toughest people I know. So thank you
Oh,
for being a mom. We appreciate you.
well, thank
Um,
you. It's an honor to be a mom. That's the,
absolutely. So, what's the most important thing that you've learned in your life? Something that, what was your life like before learning it? And then what is your life like now after learning it?
gosh, it just really, the most profound is forgiveness. And that is probably
Oh,
the most difficult. There's so many measurables of forgiveness, right? There was a very devastating time in my life, in my young adult life. And, I just, yeah, I was having trouble forgiving, but knew that for my soul, and that God wanted me to forgive. And it's amazing how God did step in. But I was struggling with it. I will tell you, I was struggling terribly with it. And what was amazing back then when I was in the corporate world and I was flying a bit, I'm telling you, it was divine intervention, because every time, I mean, it had to have been 3 different flights, all within this period of time, that I kept going, Father in heaven, show me, the way. Show me a path where I can be at peace with this. And right now, 2-seater plane, charter flights or whatever, just connecting flights. And there's a pastor of one denomination. There's, I mean, it was just one after another, 3 different denominations. And then they strike up the conversation. And I went into it, and boy, it was like, okay, if there's not a bigger sign. And I was just at peace. So you can see that from that, I took it into a very complex piece, but peace meaning PIECE, which moved to peace of heart. And while many think that in forgiving, that you're not, you can't forgive the other person, or everybody has their different pieces, but I was able to forgive that other person. Not that I'm condoning that behavior or anything along those lines, but I was able to forgive and continue on, and soul fulfilled. So
Yeah, they say to forgive is to set a prisoner free and then discover that the prisoner was you.
yeah,
Um,
perfectly said.
it is a freeing, and it doesn't mean you forget. That's not it. But to forgive is something that is so freeing, and a release from you, and a weight lifted. And so I'm so glad you discovered that. I think it's a great reminder for us all, and that daily we should be forgiving those around us. So
And see, that's the key, Michael. Once you learn it on the big thing, the little things, that forgiveness truly prevails. You just start to go, I forgive them. You can tell they're in a bad mood, or whatever the case may be, whether it's at the car wash, regardless, wherever it is.
it's good. It's wisdom. Well, Sharon, I have thoroughly enjoyed this time with you,
Oh,
and I hope and pray that you continue to do great things for us here, and that if there's anything we can do for you, you know where we're at. But it was so good getting to know you, and most importantly, team, I hope you have enjoyed getting to know Sharon. So, Sharon, have a great day. Happy post Mother's Day again to you, and I wish you all the best.
thank you. And a pleasure, Michael. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know.
Thank you. All right.
Appreciate it. Bye
Take
now.
care.